Yo, what's up everybody? This is Damron with Trash Ass Gamers bringing you a Gears of War 4 achievement guide for Don't Hate the Players achievement added in the final list of the community achievements for Gears of War 4. This is to win 25 games in the new playlist 2v2 Gnashers only. So this is going to be just a few basic tips and strategies for how to play this game mode, especially if you're not really a tryhard at this game and you really just want to get the achievement. Hopefully I'll give you a few basic strategies to kind of help you guys get started. This won't be too complex strategies, but just some basics on some good strategies to win in this game mode. So one of the first things I think that's really good is to approach the right side of the screen, which you saw in the first few clips there. You can really get a flanking position by immediately going to the right side. And two things are either going to happen is they're going to go to the middle wall, which you can flank, which you're going to see here. Now, if they put the pressure on your teammate, you really need to get up there and get in that flank. And they may also come to this box with you, but if they do, you're going to have the right side advantage of having the gun over your shoulder. Now, of course, you can lefty switch, but that's a more complicated tactic in this game, which we're not going to cover right here. Now, the middle box strategy is a little chaotic at times, but because these are very fast rounds, lefty switching isn't really a great tactic in 2v2 Gnashers because the rounds can really be 10 seconds, 15 seconds long. So I really like to try to keep the battle on my right side. So I'm going to push this guy to my right so I have that slight advantage of being able to see him before he sees me. So you're going to see a lot of that in these battles. Try to keep them on your right side because they're likely not going to be lefty switching, and it's probably not that strategic for you to do so either, especially if you're looking for some beginner strategies in Gears of War 4, which I'm trying to provide you here. Again, so the middle box, if you do approach it, I don't like to hit the immediate left or right side. I kind of like to go into the middle and let them make that first move, which you saw there. I kind of went in the middle, let them make the first move, and then I'm keeping them on my right side. Same here. I'm in the middle of the box. He makes his first move, bounce around, right-sided shot, and I can take them both down. And if you take one person down, you want to keep the pressure on, especially if your teammate's still in the game. You want to be playing with someone you know, and you certainly want to be communicating. Now let's talk about the left side here a little bit. If you do go left side like you see me there, and you can blind fire and get that shot off, great. It's a little risky of a strategy. Honestly, I don't really like to go to the left side. I prefer to kind of stay to the right for the reasons I mentioned earlier. But as you see here, if there's one guy left and my guy's down, I know he's hurt. I'm just going to go ahead and keep the pressure on him and finish that fight off. Don't worry about getting the revive and letting him run away. Alright, so same situation here, which you're going to see. This is an isolation situation. We're kind of in a standoff here. No one's really making a move. But what you're going to see is that you're going to see these two guys split off. And this is where communication is key. He runs away. Okay, we got an isolated player. Let's take him down, and then we can come back and finish this guy off. So bad move by them. If you get isolated players, you want to be able to communicate and go together into that situation. Alright, so again, on the left side, I don't like to go left, but if I do, I'm going to let them make that first move, and then I'm going to keep the pressure on if we kill one and we're two still alive. A little riskier move on the left is what you saw there. You can kind of wall bounce off of that pillar and shift your aimer right to the box, and what you're trying to do is you're assuming that that enemy is going to basically come up and wall, get into wall cover right on the box. I'll show you again here, but it's a risky move, but if they are going right there, you can probably get that give more times than not. But it's a little risky, but definitely change up your strategy throughout the fight. I like to go left a couple times, but as I said earlier, the right is going to give you those flank options and keep the Gnasher on your right side without having to lefty switch in mid-fight. If you want to go left and be a little less risky, just go straight up behind the pillar as you saw there, and you're less likely to be given by someone who has that right-sided advantage with the Gnasher aiming on the right side. So also, you're going to get stuck in a few situations where you're on a standoff, maybe, you got to see who is the better man. I don't particularly like to push the fight. Eventually, they will come to you, and that's going to give you an advantage, okay? So just let them come to you, kind of provoke them into coming at you, and then try to push them to the right. Alright, and lastly, we are trying to get these 25 wins, so I'm not a big fan of kill stealing, but if you are in a situation where the guy that got you down is kind of far away and this guy could possibly get back up, don't be afraid to go ahead and finish that off, especially if you're playing with somebody you know. Make sure getting that kill, takes your priority. Now, I will show you the Lefty Switch briefly and slow it down. It's essentially putting the aimer of the Gnasher over your left shoulder. So if you're at the left side of a box, then you've got the aimer in that direction. That's done by going into cover, aiming, and then you can pull back off the wall. And as long as you're still aiming, you're going to keep the Gnasher over your left shoulder. Now, like I said earlier, these rounds can be anywhere from 6 seconds to 15 seconds, generally pretty short and fast paced. So lefty switching sometimes isn't really ideal to use in this game mode as much as pushing the pressure on the right side. I think pushing the pressure on the right side is going to keep you alive more times than not, so I prefer to do that. But if you are in a situation where that can help, that is actually how you do it. So I hope this helps you guys out. Again, this is just a basic strategy guide for you guys to help you get the 25 wins in this new playlist for the achievement. And I hope it helps you guys. If it did, feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.